7:11 now. Scott Tucker, creator and host of Expedition New England, usually brings us stories about animal life on Long Island Sound and how to preserve the environment. But this morning, something a little more exotic. Scott recently traveled to the Galapagos Islands. You're here to bring some amazing video, of course, of some of the things. And before we even start looking at that, why the Galapagos?
It was this place that I had only dreamt about, never thought it was going to ever be within touch. And I get an email from the Connecticut Audubon Society saying, Scott, what about the Galapagos? You want to lead a trip? How could I say no?
Why didn't I get that email? I want to go to the Galapagos. A lot of us dream of going to the Galapagos, right?
It was a huge dream.
We always think, I always think of like tortoises and various reptiles and so forth. Who did you meet down there?
Oh, I saw animals I just couldn't even have fathomed in pictures and video. Galapagos sea lions, penguins. Actually, the only penguin that's down. Penguin!
I wouldn't have figured that.
Never in a million years.
No kidding.
Jump in the water, swim with you. It was crazy.
So you went swimming. Wait, hey, hang on. It's not enough for you to look at them. You've got to go and commune with them.
Commune with them.
Yes, you became one of them.
Dude, come up and peck at my camera. I mean, they're just like, what are you? Who are you? They're not afraid of people.
Wow. Now, all right, let's look at one of these clips because I've got to see this.
I'm here in the Galapagos Islands. Beneath my feet, right in front of my nose, are these incredible land iguanas. We've had marine iguanas before in the Galapagos Islands, and we're looking at these incredible relics of the past, like dinosaurs, during our own time. Look at this thing.
Just amazing. Wow, look at that. Now, they don't drink a lot of water, I guess, no?
They don't need to. These reptiles have developed an ability to survive on very little water.
Yeah.
They get their water from the moisture inside the plants.
And do they absorb moisture from the air too? Is that wrong? I maybe have heard that.
A little bit, but for the most part, their scales lock in all the moisture, just like the snakes here in New England.
Yeah.
It's incredible. They don't need a lot of water.
You know, I'm afraid you don't seem enthusiastic enough about this. I'm just not sure about. No, have you counted your fingers, by the way? Because I mean, you got pretty close. They're all there.
They're all there, and that was the amazing thing is the wildlife was just like taking it as it was coming. They didn't care. There was very little concern about anything. You gave them their space, and they gave you yours.
Yeah. Well, they're more respectful of us, I think, than the other way around typically. Are any of those threatened?
Everything on that island is threatened. Every single thing. And it's not just from humans, it's climate change.
Yep.
Tiny little variations in our climate will bring about the death of those very iguanas you just saw. Because they just can't survive major fluctuations. It's incredible.
So, I mean, that's a big deal, of course, climate change, and we hear about it almost every day and have for a lot of years now. Anything we can do up here in Connecticut to make a little less of an impact on them, or at least locally?
Boy, anything we can do, number one, is minimize your impact with fossil fuels. That's big. We started burning some clean energy in our house. We started burning some wood, locally grown wood that's renewable. That was one thing. But the bottom line is be respectful to the wildlife, be careful, and pay attention.
Now, by the way, I understand that we have a sequel to the Scott Tucker Galapagos Tour 2012. We have another clip.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. What were the odds? Let's have a look. Tell us what we're looking at.
Within moments of jumping in the water, I am witnessing the most amazing Pacific green sea turtle feasting on the algae. And as if that wasn't enough, this Galapagos sea lion gives me a flyby.
Unbelievable. That really is something. Being in the water with animals, just so cool.
I couldn't believe it. It was right there.
Apart from the penguins, by the way, any particular surprises? Because that would have surprised me. I had no idea.
One of the biggest surprises was to see these sea turtles in their habitat. They were not spooked by us at all. There was dozens and dozens of these Pacific green sea turtles everywhere, just feeding and getting ready to breed. As we saw tracks breeding, they're walking right up the beaches at night to lay their eggs.
Well, nothing like that to make you forget your problems. Anything next coming up for you? The Arctic?
We're going back to the Galapagos Islands.
Oh, why not, right?
2013, we're leading a trip. Why don't you come with us?
I would love to. Yeah, send me the email. I'll give you my address. All right. Thanks very much, Scott. You're fantastic.
Thanks,
well, you know what? We're going to send it over to Erica. If you want more information, by the way, you can check our website, WTNH.com. Scott Tucker, thank you.